Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a brow video. I had a lot of requests for this. A lot of you wanted to see how I do my brows. And I'm also filming a tutorial for this look, so all of my other makeup is done with the exception of my brows. But yeah, so first of all, I'm just going to talk about my brows for a second. So when I was in high school, I went to a local place and I basically had no brows. Like, they looked horrible. It was just like one thin little line and it was so bad. But back then, no one really cared about brows. It wasn't like a thing like it is now. Like, I look at girls in high school now and they have like perfect brows and I'm like, really? Like, middle schoolers don't even go through an ugly stage anymore. But anyway, I started going to the Benefit Brow Bar when I think I was in high school, or it was right after high school. I can't remember. But I started going there and they do a stencil based on your bone structure. So they basically actually worked for Benefit for a little bit and learned all of this. But they measure from like if you were to get a nose piercing, kind of that dimple in your nose, like that's where your brow should start. The corner of your nose through the pupil of your eye, like the black of your eye, when you're looking forward, should be where it peaks, and then it should end on the edge of your nose going straight back like towards your lower lash line is where it should end. So that's how we would stencil people when they came in to get their brows done. And then also what I really liked about the brow bar, which I didn't think about going anywhere else when I had my brows done, the other places I've ever gone, they did like a thin layer of wax like all the way from here to here and just pulled one time. But what I like about Benefit and why you usually get perfect brows every single time is because you wax in straight lines. So they do one here, one here, one here, one here, middle. So I like, it's very symmetrical, like it's really hard to mess up. So it took a while to get my brows to where I wanted them, and you know, it's months of growing in. If you've ever had a horrible wax job, it takes a while for your brows to get back. So what I liked about the brow bar is that I use the same person consistently. Even though your stencil should always be the same, I still liked going to the same person, and so over time she would be like, okay, don't pluck here, don't do anything, just let this grow in. And over time my brows eventually got to where I wanted them. So that's where my brows are now. When I started cosmetology school, I literally don't let anyone touch my brows. I'm the only one that waxes them. Maybe in cosmetology school I'll let someone clean up around them. There's been times that I've gone other places when I couldn't get to Ulta because it used to be kind of a drive. It used to be like 30 minutes away. There were times like if I needed to do something and I couldn't get to Ulta, I would like go somewhere else and like have my brows filled in and be like, just wax around this, don't touch anything else. But yeah, I'm really picky, and now towards the end of cosmetology school I bought a wax pot, the sticks, everything, and I just wax my own brows at home. I waxed, it's been a couple of days, maybe last week, and I waxed, and I was gonna film it, but it's kind of challenging to wax your own brows, and like I get a magnifying mirror out and make sure I'm getting the right hairs, because you know, one eye's open, one eye's closed, and you're trying to wax your own brows. So I figured trying to get the camera out, trying to make sure I'm in the frame, in focus, and all that was just too much. So I decided to not do that. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways to fill in your brows. I've kind of done all of them. I started off with powder, then I went to a pencil, and now I love pomades. My favorite one is the Anastasia Dip Brow. Working for Benefit, I used Benefit products, and they have Ka-Brow, which is very similar to Dip Brow. I just never bought that one. I will say the Anastasia one is cheaper. I think it's $18, where the Ka-Brow is maybe $28. I don't know. I'm thinking about next time I go to get a brow product, I might get the Benefit one. The only thing I don't like about the Anastasia one is that it gets hard really fast. Like, it's almost like air gets to it and it hardens. So that's kind of frustrating to me, but I love it anyways. I make it work. As far as like my kit when I do clients, I have the brow book, so it has all of the different brow powders. It's just the easiest to do and to carry with me and to travel with, because it's like small and convenient. So that's what I do there. I thought about doing a video where I show you all the different ways to fill in your brows, but that is a little much, and so I figured like when new brow products come out, I would talk about them. I want to do a video on Goof Proof too, also maybe. I don't know. It's a Benefit product and it's a pencil and it's in a teardrop shape, which is supposed to make it easier for you to apply. But I'm just going to show you my favorite way on how I do my brows currently. So I have, like I said, the dip brow, and this is in medium brown. I've used a few different colors from this, and you can, I mean, you can kind of get away with whatever. Before this I used soft brown. I think I've had caramel before. It just kind of depends on what my hair color is. I would never go darker than this because it's still kind of dark. And I mean, I have really dark hair right now, and this is probably the darkest I would go because my skin is so fair. But I'm going to zoom you guys in. What I normally do is I put a little bit of product. This is also an Anastasia brush. I think it's the number 12 or 18 or something. I don't know. It's rubbed off and I got it a really long time ago. But I just start underneath the brow. Like that. And do a line. And I always have like a little hole right there. Like, I don't have the perfect brows, you guys. As you could have seen in the intro, like, they're not perfect. So then I just take a little bit more on the brush and I flick up from that line. I don't use a whole lot, especially in the front of your brow. And then I just kind of go on top and fill in. Just like that. I turn the brush a couple of different ways, and then I take the spoolie and blend just like that. Thankfully, my brows kind of grow in a nice direction, so I don't have to worry about like soap brows and stuff like that. But I do have this little area right here that brow hairs don't really grow, so I normally take a little bit more product, and I'm normally a little bit more heavy-handed right there just to make it look like it's brow hair. Just like that, and blend some more. And then a lot of times what I'll do to give my brow that kind of sharp look to it is I will go in with soft ochre paint pot and get just a flat kind of shader brush. This is a brush that came with like the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. And I will just underline. This also, if you have, like I have a couple little baby hairs growing back, it'll conceal those to where you don't really see them. I also normally do my brows before I do eyeshadow, so it doesn't get everywhere kind of like it is right now, but it doesn't really matter if it gets anywhere because I'm just doing eyeshadow over it. But I normally do that just to make it really sharp. And then like throughout me doing my makeup, sometimes I'll feel like I need to like go back and add a little, like I feel like that looked a little weird on camera. So I just go back and add some. So as a last step doing your brows, you can add a brow gel. This is the Benefit Ready Set Brow. I really do like this one. I've used the Anastasia one before, but this one is nice because it has a few options on the handle. What is it? The wand. One side you have a little bit shorter of bristles and the other side is longer. So you can get some of the product. I also like it because it's flat right here. So what that is for, so say, what I normally do is I take the one with the shorter ends and kind of brush up, switch it to the longer for the longer hair. And then this is really good if you have like curly brow hairs. You can go in flat and just kind of glue down the ends. So I'm just going to do that to the other side. I did the other brow off camera because I don't want this video to be a million years long. But yeah, do the same thing. But yeah, really, really good stuff. The dip brow lasts me for a really long time. Sorry, eyelash. The dip brow lasts for a while and it's waterproof, so I don't have to worry about it sweating off or like accidentally rubbing it off. I've had that problem in some of the other products that I've used, but I don't with this one. But yeah, I hope I answered all of you guys' brow questions, and if you have any more, feel free to leave them down below and I'll try to address them in another video or even answer in the comments. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you next time. Bye!